Yeah, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Oh, this week is the bomb.
What do you
Oh,
mean?
you got to drop the bomb this week.
The bomb. It's gonna be a small bomb. It's not like a firecracker.
Listen, man. Last week we hyped it up. It was the
We did
bomb.
hype it up.
So I mean, you can't disappoint our loyal fans.
I'll do my best. Let's see what happens. We're
Um,
gonna get to it.
what's the podcast? Season 4, episode 11. We are back. DJ Jerome Bacon the third. Shout out to my guy, always available. Hashtag Streetwear Eddie, and don't charge Abdul.
Yo, what up? Streetwear
Dude,
Eddie still in Europe, man. This guy, international Eddie.
listen. If I take 2 weeks off, the podcast is over. So you know, what I
I
mean,
mean,
it's a
who can
different.
afford to take 2 weeks off the clock like that?
Not me. Not me.
Not me either. Like
But we gonna make it
shit.
work. You feel me? We gonna make it work. What's the podcast? Like I said, season 4, episode 11.
Or episode
Um,
171. I think that's where we at.
there you go. Um, obviously, we're here. We're ready to make it work. Um,
You were kind of on like a slight little work
award
vacay as
tour,
well. You know what I'm saying?
award tour. We will call it. Yes.
On the left coast.
Yeah. So I have a couple little side hustles that I never speak about,
Oh shit.
and
Are we gonna speak about them?
no,
Oh,
that's why I
okay.
don't speak about them.
Oh,
But
all right.
so well, one of them required me to go out west, and I found out kind of late. So the homie also had an opportunity that he had been kind of put in front of me, and was like, "Yo, I need you to like come play this party. It's super
Yeah.
dope, good times." So it just so happened that the stars lined up late last week. I'm sorry, early last week. It's like, cool, I bet. So in my heart of hearts, I never thought I would be in San Jose, California.
How was it? This was your first time out there, or you been there
Yeah,
before?
no, it's my first time out there. It's actually pretty dope. It's a pretty dope little spot. It's a big city, got over a million
Yeah.
people. It's
Yeah.
pretty much they call it the South Bay. It's pretty much the end of the Bay Area.
Is that where
Um,
Silicon Valley is?
yeah,
San Jose, right?
yeah, that's pretty much San Jose.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So
Okay.
you see Teslas all day out there
Tesla's heavy.
because the Tesla factory is in Fremont, which is about 15 minutes
Okay.
north of San Jose. But San Jose is on the BART, so it's on the train
The train
station. Yeah, so
to
it's
get
like
to San Francisco.
San Jose is like the last stop right now.
Got it.
So you know what I'm saying. So it's considered the South Bay.
Did you do the
Um,
BART?
I did the BART. Yeah, I did the BART.
Okay.
So flew out there into San. First of all, I flew from DC to Phoenix.
Okay.
We all know how much I love my native Phoenix. I was really hoping for like a 6 hour layover because I was gonna go see my mom, go see my brother, and just
Yeah.
enjoy being a quick little trip home. My layover was like 45 minutes, and the gates were
And
right
everything
next,
was on time.
and the gates were right next to each other.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I literally had no chance. I had no chance to do anything. But
Right.
basically, you know, get to San Jose early Saturday afternoon. My man Arcade, who's the DJ, he picks me up. We,
In a Tesla?
he had a Benz truck.
Oh, he
Yeah,
obviously doesn't care too much about the climate.
he has 2 children. So
We're
he
just
keeps
gonna
me
talk
safe.
about that. Everybody who's got a Benz and we can't afford a Benz, we're gonna say they don't care about the climate.
That works. So
Shout out to Arcade.
Arcade is an awesome, awesome dude. He'll be out here in the
All right.
fall. Really great DJ, really awesome person. He was able to, he does the booking at a couple different spots out there. So again, I was out there for a side hustle, and then I also just made sure that I was going to DJ. So we got some tea. He has a newborn, so he had to take care of his family business, and I was
Yeah.
just like, I'm playing a hotel. You know what I mean? So I walked around a little bit, got some
They have
steps
a
in.
downtown in San
I
Jose,
stayed. I
or
stayed in downtown San Jose. The downtown
okay.
San Jose is cracking,
All right.
cracking. Like a lot of people who live in the Bay Area say they actually go to San Jose to party versus San Francisco
Interesting.
because so much stuff is closed in San Francisco that it's not worth it. So they go to San Jose.
All right.
Fast forward, we link up. We grab dinner about 8:30. We hit the spot. The spot is not a big spot at all, but he's been bringing through some amazing talent to the point where I think the spot now has a name for itself. A lot of people pull up. A lot of people are in there early. It started at 9:30. There was people there when we got there at 9:15 and stayed packed the whole night. Dude on the mic, his name is Fran Boogie. Fran is the Uncle Scooty of the Bay Area.
Oh shit. Okay.
But Fran is amazing. That is my dude. Like he's an amazing guy.
What's the
He got it
crowd like?
popping.
What do we talk about ethnicity wise?
Everybody.
But you saw black people?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a
So
whole
black
lot
people.
though. Like they were sprinkled in there.
He sprinkled in, but there was a black girl working, two black girls working at the bar.
Okay.
A lot of Filipinos. I mean, it was a little
Yeah.
mix of Hispanics.
The
Everybody.
Pinoys hold it down heavy out there.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
they're like they're black Pinoys. Like they're culturally like you can't tell them that they're
Sure.
not as Bay
Okay.
Area as anybody else. You know what I mean? So
Right.
they're super cool. Everybody was super cool. We had an amazing time Saturday night.
Your man that picked you up, Arcade. He's
He's a DJ. Yeah. He's
no.
nice.
What race is he? Is he
White
white?
dude. Yeah.
Okay.
Super
And Fran
cool.
Boogie is Filipino.
I believe he's Filipino. Yeah, I believe
All right.
he's Filipino. So we got the Avengers here. You know what I'm saying?
All
And
right.
basically, we got it popping. Just played everything. It's a good spot. You can play some of everything, which is what I did. I recorded this set, but I'm not gonna put it out for a couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let it marinate a little bit, let the hype die down. So Sunday, I'm supposed to go to the Bay on Sunday.
You mean
But-
to San
To
Francisco?
San Francisco, yeah. But
Okay.
like they just wasn't responding the way I needed them to respond, and like people taking forever to call back. I'm like, listen, I'm out here for this. You know what I'm saying? I made the
Yeah.
DJing thing happen. So ultimately, by the right time, I just was like, man, I'm staying in San Jose. So what happens is me and Fran get up and we go to this spot. It's like a real nice, real cool spot. It was having like a house music night and or afternoon day party because we all woke up with hangovers
All right.
and went to the day party. It's cracking. It's a good time. I'm
It's not like
man.
a DC day party though.
No, well, it was house music, so it wasn't
Oh,
the
okay.
same vibe. You know what I'm saying? But so then we go to. I'm like,
But
man, I
but
gotta,
do they like? They don't like turn up like it goes down over here. It's more like a relaxed vibe.
Nah, hold tight. We getting there.
Okay.
So the house music day party ends, and then they're like, "Yo, this other DJ, his name is Jay Espinosa." They're like, "Yo, Jay is playing over at this other spot. Let's go over there." We go over there. It was the turn up. It was the full on turn up.
All right.
Tables, bottles, niggas, everything you can imagine.
And
was
it's
going
still
down.
daytime.
It's 8 o'clock.
All
Sun's
right.
still
So
up.
it's
So it's
all right.
rocking. So we in the spot. We rocking. Like I bet this the move. It's a good time over here. It's popping. Like we saying that till 10. That ends. It's me, Arcade, and Fran. We go to another spot right across the street. It was like a nice restaurant, but they have a band on Sunday. The band does covers. So, but like black covers. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to call, like all that kind of stuff. So it's a little more mature, older crowd.
All right. They do like 90s type shit. 90s
but
R&B.
they just have they just have a strip in San Jose where just all these bars are open. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it was just popping. Played that till 12:30, and basically I was like, man, I gotta go. Like I'm getting tired, and I just wanted to get a good night rest because
Did you meet any girls out there?
I definitely did not know.
No, but you weren't even working. You can't even use that as an excuse
I
like you
was
do every
working.
other week.
I was DJing Saturday
Not
night.
when you were at the day party and with J.S. Pinoza in them. All right, relax.
No, I was just peeping the scene because they play so many different records.
But what was the women looking like? They didn't
There were
nobody
some
like
bangers. There were some
tickled your
bangers, man.
fancy and shit.
Of course, there's always something to look at, but I'm out there trying to understand these records
Oh
because
man,
they play
all right.
records you've never heard before
Man, okay.
that go crazy, very regional. So
A lot of Too Short. No.
nah, just Trunk Boys and like Nump, like these random records you never hear in DC.
Yeah.
But out there, as soon as you drop them from the top, people go crazy.
I feel like if you're in the Bay Area, I feel like anywhere you go, you're gonna see E40. In my head,
There was a very dope mural of E40 in the parking lot that I took a picture of.
E40 is represented throughout the whole Bay.
He's the guy.
Yeah, he's
'Cause
not
he's-
even from. He's from.
He's from LA.
No, he's from the Bay. He's from.
Nah, he was born in LA.
I mean, he might be. I don't know where he was born, but he reps the Bay,
Yeah,
and the
yeah, yeah,
town
for
that
sure.
he's from is it's a little bit
Vallejo,
outside. What is it?
Vallejo.
Vallejo, California. Yeah, it's. I guess it's. It might not even be part of the Bay, really, but
Nah,
it's
it's like
that area.
right. It's not far. I've been to Vallejo.
No, yeah, it's about
I
40
got,
miles
I
out or
got,
something like that.
but the influence of the Bay to Vallejo
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
is so. San Jose is about 40 minutes from the actual San
San
Francisco
Francisco.
proper. So if Vallejo's 40 minutes, and
And
it's not
Oakland, I
it's
think,
not
is
too
kind of like in the middle.
Oakland. When you're on the BART coming from San Jose, you hit Oakland before you hit San Francisco.
That's right. It's in
You know
between.
what I'm
It's in the
saying?
middle
Yeah. Well,
between
like West
Oakland.
Oakland.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
hit West Oakland, and then you stay on the BART. And if you stay on like the red line or the whatever, that stays through San Francisco. The other two lines, I think the orange or the green, can take you to like East Oakland. So
Man, I remember being in the Bay Area. This might have been like 2001, 2002, or something like that. And I hit. There used to be a thing out. Actually, in DC, there used to be a party called First Fridays, and it was like a it used well obviously it happened on the first Friday of every month, but it was sort of like a happy hour that led on to like became like a party late night. And um and I think they had them in a lot of big cities. Like I know it might have been a thing in New York as well, but I happened to be in Cali in the Bay for like 2 weeks, and one of the Fridays hit on a first Friday, and my man Sam, who's also West African, he's from this area from Maryland, but had moved out to Cali to the Bay Area around that time, and he was like, "Yo, we're gonna go out." I had only gone out to like San Francisco at that time, right? So my experience was very like international. Like the nightlife was I saw a lot of like, I first of all I didn't really know where to go, right? So I went to like some bars and places I thought were clubs, and it was more like I saw a lot of Asian cats. I saw a lot of Indians, Filipinos, of course. I did not see a lot of black people. So I did not think or know that there was even some sort of like black nightlife in San Francisco. But my man was like, "Yo, we're gonna go to Oakland. We're gonna go hit this First Fridays." I was like, "Oh, First Fridays is popping in DC. Let's do it." This might have been one of my favorite First Fridays of all time.
oh,
We
nice.
walked in around 8 p.m. I don't think we left till like 2 a.m. in the morning. Like, clubs close at like 2 o'clock over there. It's not like DC. They don't go on till like 3:30. I'll say at that time, clubs closed at like 2 o'clock. By the time we left, the let out, everything, we were still outside at like 2:30. We did not leave the premises until like close to 3. But man, that was one of my favorite First Fridays and experiences I've ever had in Northern California. Oakland was popping. I just see the video you sent me.
So that was the day party.
Okay.
That was the day party. You know,
I like the outdoor vibe, bro. That yeah,
yeah.
that
The
that
weather was
that's always a winning thing for me.
the weather was incredible.
Yeah. Isn't
Uh,
it a little bit chilly? Like you need a jacket or something like
every
that or a
every day is
sweatshirt, right?
every day is different out there. Like they
Yeah.
said last week, it was the hundreds, but Saturday night when I was out there, everybody had hoodies on.
Yeah.
Like
You just got to leave the house with like at least a hoodie.
you got to leave your jacket in the
It's
car
sunny and you just don't know when it's going to be chilly.
for sure. So
Yeah.
Sunday, oh no, Monday. I'm sorry. I'm like, all right,
Yeah,
bet
cuz you were
I
still out there on Monday.
Monday, and I'm like, and I gotta get. So now the side hustle's actually acting right. So I'm like, I gotta get to San Francisco. Um, so I got up there,
You
and
hopped on the BART
so yeah, the again, San Jose is the last stop on the BART. So I got on the BART. And it's a straight
and you
shot.
had a train station right by your hotel.
I mean, it was a good 10, 15 minutes away, but it was like a $12 Uber ride.
Walking or
No, no, no,
taxi.
Uber.
Okay.
So it was a straight shot, literally a straight shot. My man told me exactly where to go, and then I met him again later. So I took care of what I needed to take care of, and then we just hit. I think it said his name of his neighborhood is like Alamo Square or something like that. He lives in the Full House neighborhood
Oh, in San Francisco.
in San Francisco.
Wow.
So first we hit a
Did you see that park where they
yeah.
do
I
the
took a
theme song
picture.
and you saw the crib, obviously.
you can't miss it. When I say he lives in the neighborhood, he parked right in front of it, and we got out, and there's nothing but people sitting there. But the view of that spot is
It's ill, right?
crazy. It's
I wonder
ill.
who owns that house now.
I don't know. I would never leave and pass it on the family. But I like San
Yeah,
Francisco a lot. It's very dense. It reminds me of an East Coast city. It's very small. It's only 7 by 7 square miles. Um, those hills are treacherous.
yeah, the hills are crazy.
Those hills, those hills informed me that I am in the worst shape of my life because me and my man, walked up one hill. We hit the top of that hill. We were both out of breath,
Sheesh.
like because I'm enjoying. And the thing is, you see
Yeah, but
people
them
on
shits are
bikes.
steep though. They're
No, no,
not.
no,
It's not
no,
like
no.
a.
This is not like 16th Street.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what
not
I'm
like
saying?
it's not like a gradual incline.
Yeah, no, no.
It's
This
like
is
you're going up.
it's a monster. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
your
So
knees are bent walking up.
yeah. And what's the worst part about it, man? I just found out my man Neil's out in San Francisco. And he was there yesterday too.
White boy Neil.
Yeah,
I
Neil,
thought he's
dude.
in the UK.
He's moving next week. So I think he's
Oh
like
shit. Okay.
getting his.
Shout
I
out to
think
Neil.
yeah, man. I'm like, oh man, that would have been tight. But yeah, we just played the Alamo Square neighborhood, man. Record shopping. Hit what the
You didn't hit any sneaker stores, did you?
nah. We hit two
Okay.
different. We hit two different bars and then ate really some really great food out there, man. Food is tremendous. So much good food in San Francisco. I am looking forward to going back. Hopefully very soon. I think when I was DJing in San Jose, the the owner came up to me 3 times while I'm DJing. While I'm DJing, he's like, "Yo, we gotta have you back." I'm like, "Bro, we still
Hell
got 2 hours."
yeah.
I'm like, "Bro, we still got 2 hours left." Like I'm
Yeah.
literally
I haven't even
DJing,
gotten in my bag yet.
haven't even got my bag yet. You know what I'm saying? But he's just like, "Yo, we gotta have you back." I'm like, "All right, let's make it work."
Let's
You know what
do
I'm
it.
saying? So
Let's negotiate. Holla at my manager Abdul.
yeah, so talk to my guy. Arcade was in San
Yeah.
Jose, and then my man Nopa Slaps was the homie that I rolled around San Francisco with, and we ate some incredibly ethnic
Like
Mexican
what?
food.
Oh, the
It was
taco
just
game I heard is superb out there.
I had a burrito that changed my
Still,
life.
that's all the same thing.
Yeah,
When I
yeah,
say
yeah,
taco, I
yeah,
mean all
yeah.
that.
He also showed me there was these two streets, Valencia and another one. I don't remember, but like it was the illest gentrification you ever seen in your life. Like Valencia was very, very, very Mexican, very ethnic,
Hmm.
closed down buildings, like old theaters, homeless people, and the block right behind it was like completely new condos, coffee shops.
That's crazy.
Like it was literally one block apart. They run parallel to each other.
I think San Francisco, if I recall, might be the most expensive place in America, real estate wise.
It's always up there between like San Francisco
It's
and New
between,
York.
yep, and I think it might have taken New York. I think it might be a little bit more expensive than New York at this point, only because I think New York might somewhat be recovering from COVID when a lot of people left the city. But I think San Francisco, they kind of stayed put because it's a little bit more roomier and there's place for people. You don't feel as restricted as you would in New York City. But I think San Francisco might be number one, man. It's most expensive places to live in America. Um, Rest in peace to Keith Huffnagel.
Huff.
I wonder if that Huff store is still open. I think it is.
They're doing a new shoe. They're doing a new SB.
Yeah, yeah, they are in remembrance and
Yeah, so I
in
was
respect
hoping
of Keith Huffnagel. But
I
I
was
don't.
hoping that meant that he was the store was still alive though.
I think we should look that
Because
up.
didn't they go from they went from SF to LA and then back to SF, but he doesn't own it anymore. They had sold his.
Oh, they had. I didn't even know. Is the Huff store in San Fran open? Oh, it is. It looks like
Yeah,
it's. Wait, I mean, Google is telling me its hours are 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day except for Sunday. Which, listen, that's great news. I'm glad his name still lives on. The man was a legend for everything he did in sneakers and, in the world of skateboarding, which I'm not a part of. But the sneaker wise, I mean, he killed it, man. He did some legendary sneakers, and Yeah, I'm glad his name lives on.
Looking at the website,
Yeah,
I think they only sell Huff stuff now.
right. Yeah, I think they only carry their own brand.
Yeah, I think they
And
only
they were doing their own shoes for a while. And you remember they got really popping with the weed socks.
weed socks.
The weed socks took him to another level. Um, and I'm hoping he probably still had it was still owned by him at that point. That was a few years back. So I'm hoping he hadn't sold it at that point because that weed sock was everywhere.
Craziest streetwear phenomenon
Yeah.
outside of all over print hoodies in the mid to late
I
2000s.
think it lasted longer than the all over print hoodie because I still see the weed socks. I don't see the all over print hoodies as much.
Weed socks now are kind of like a throwback, but I'm just saying, like, it's still when they hit, they hit. I mean, P5 used to not be able to keep them in. Like,
They
it was
couldn't keep them in stock.
ridiculous.
You're right.
It was
You're right.
ridiculous.
Shout out to Silent Tom. I know he stole a whole bunch of them. Respectfully.
We're not going to talk about that on the podcast. We're going to talk about things of that nature. On
Silent Tom, the boss, huh?
I mean, we dropped that bomb. Yeah, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about you. Man.
So Cali was a vibe then. When did you get back?
This morning at an overnight flight.
Oh, you just okay.
Overnight
so guys,
flight, I hit Chicago, and then I'm tired.
Little bit of transparency here. We are taping this on Tuesday, because tomorrow is Darling Nikki's 1 year anniversary. Jerome's bi-weekly party, and tomorrow's the 1 year anniversary, and he's going to be all over the place. And so, as a result, we're taping early. You ready for tomorrow night?
100% loaded and locked.
Oh my goodness!
It's gonna be a night.
Oh man,
it's gonna be a night, man. We got the cameras coming out. We got
the weather looks fantastic.
I'm not even saying nothing about the weather. I'm not even talking about that. Like, I'm just gonna pray tonight.
Nah, but I'm saying the weather is cooperating.
For now it is, but I'm just not even gonna play that. You know?
Yeah. No, it's gonna be nuts tomorrow night. Red carpet and all. So
it should be cracking. Yeah, we're at almost 200 RSVPs, and then I know another at least 100 people that don't even worry about RSVP. They're just like,
bro, I don't even know. I didn't even know there was a RSVP. I just pull up. Everybody and their mother just comes through.
We just do that to steal your email address. You know what I mean? For everything else we
steal your info.
Yeah.
You know,
government shit. So yeah,
who's DJing? You're DJing all night, or you between you and Matthias?
Me, Matthias, T Nice. I think T Nice is gonna open things up.
Who's T Nice?
T Nice is he's like a photographer. You've seen him in there before.
Oh yeah. Okay, shout out to him.
So we're gonna get in there about 7, 8.
Okay, kick it off early.
We have the cameras rolling, the behind the scenes.
The BTS. You're doing a BTS.
We're doing a whole thing.
I'm gonna come early. I want some camera time.
Pull up early.
Can I get a little segment? Like, I could do a little stand up, and I don't know.
I mean, speaking of stand up, did you see the Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, and Chris Rock?
No. Where would I see that?
They were in Brooklyn.
Oh yes, at the Kevin Hart and Chris Rock show. I think Dave Chappelle just came through to hang out, right?
Yeah. I mean, at one point,
I saw the picture.
I saw the video. There's all three of them on stage. Kevin Hart bought a goat for Chris Rock.
Yeah.
And he called it Will Smith, which was incredible.
Oh my God.
Because they were like, Dave Chappelle said, what's the name of the goat? He said Will Smith. Whole crowd erupts.
Oh, I wonder if they planned that, because why would he ask the name of the goat?
I mean, Dave was interacting with the goat. He was like petting the goat. You know,
okay.
Goat looking nervous. Goat looking like it's.
I saw the picture, but I you're not allowed to have cameras in there, so I wonder how that video got out. Somebody had a second phone or something.
Unless it was because I think that's Dave shows you can't have cameras, but I don't know about Chris Rock shows.
No, well, Kevin Hart shows. No, Chris Rock shows you can't do it too.
Well, somebody.
I went to the Chris Rock show at the MGM in what's that spot called down by the harbor?
Inner Harbor.
It's Inner Harbor. National Harbor. And I had to put my phone away. But yeah, that's amazing, man. I saw they are going to be in DC as well, I think in October. I got to try to get some tickets for that, figure it out. Um, damn. Yeah, no, I missed that.
Yeah, speaking of tickets, just announced today, Lupe Fiasco is coming back to Washington, D.C.
Wh-
September 9th.
I saw you post that. Are we going?
And we're going Friday,
Wh-
September 9th.
where is he doing it at?
I don't know, but he's performing The Cool, which is, again, one of
It's got
my
a lot of bangers on it.
favorite albums of all time. I still listen to it consistently.
Yo,
Um,
uh-huh.
it doesn't have,
It doesn't have a venue yet.
yeah, tickets go on sale tomorrow
All
at
right.
10 a.m.
Man, you forget how many hits Lupe has. I actually went to go see him with my wife at the Kennedy Center. Um,
I was there, bro.
oh yeah, we went together. Yeah,
Yes, we did. It
yeah, yeah. And yo, he's got hits.
was a banger. That was
He's
an
got
amazing
bangers,
show.
and
Amazing.
especially for having a one man show. Like it was just him and his DJ. It was super entertaining. And I always like Lupe, man. I like him. Did you watch him on Full Size Run on Complex's Full Size Run?
I haven't finished it. Remember,
Oh my
I
god!
got to the point where he was like, Ivan Jasper's the flyest one. That's the
Shout
part
out
that
to
I got
Ivan
to.
Jasper, man. That's a
Yeah, yeah.
fact. And he's also Lupe's lookalike. Maybe they're related in some way or
They're
fashion.
not. They're not.
I
But
know they're not,
he
but
said
they do
something.
look alike
He
though,
said
a
something
little
about
bit.
that too, though. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now Ivan Jasper might be the one out of Chicago, man. When it comes to that fashion shit
Oh
and
yeah,
that
for
style
sure.
shit, he's overlooked a lot of times, and people go to other people. People say Kanye, Don C, and Virgil, of course, is regarded as being from Chicago, even though I think he's from like Michigan or Wisconsin or one of those places. But his formidable years, I think, were in Chicago. But Ivan Jasper might be the one, dog. Like we don't hear from him enough. You know what I'm saying? And I think I would love to hear like an Ivan Jasper like podcast or something like that where they're talking to him. I don't think I've seen that. We
I
need
think he's been on one. He was on one other. He's been on one.
Ivan Jasper. Come on the show, please.
I mean, we'll just tag him in this and see what's
Yeah,
good.
come on the
You know what
show,
I mean?
please. Come holler at us. We're
Um,
we're fans, and we've been around for a while, so we know a lot about the journey. Come holler at us, please.
yeah. So we spoke about it. I'm gonna say it one more time. Dollar Nikki 1 year. I'm pretty much gonna spend the morning just sending out invites to everybody's inbox. If I,
Yeah.
you know, what I mean, just getting it right, keeping that ratio on point.
Mm.
But other big news outside the Dollar Nikki 1 year is the fact that Abdul is on the sneakers app. It
So
hasn't fully
that's
dropped yet, but
that's
there's been a lot of screen grabs and
a lot of screen grabs.
screen grabs.
So I think we talked about it. We touched on it briefly last week, and we said we were going to make the announcement this week. But yeah, so I'm going to be on a segment of on Sneakers app talking about Air Force Ones in Baltimore, um, with my little bro Eamon from Carpet Company. I think it's part of a 3 episode series, and they started out in Baltimore, which is going to be the first episode, and going up to Philly, which will be the second episode, and the third episode will be in the Mecca, New York City. And it's going to be just kind of friends of the show, friends of ours, and of the show in each one of those cities. You know, I was recommended to do this by my man Brian, from Philly, as well as Clark Kent. And yeah, man, it was dope. I haven't seen it yet. I'll be watching it with everybody else when it drops tomorrow. So it was a whole day of taping a few weeks back. We started out, um, and by the time this episode comes out, you guys would have already seen it. So, but we taped a majority of it outside of Cinderella Shoes, which was a legendary sneaker spot in West Baltimore. Um, and the owner Paul Blinken was one of the gentlemen responsible for making sure that the Air Force One came back into production once Nike took it off in '84. So the spot is no longer open, but Paul Blinken is still very much alive and doing well and is still a friend of mine. Um, I just talked to him maybe about a month ago or something like that, and um, yeah, I mean, dude is a legend, and Cinderella Shoes. If you were from out of town and you came to Baltimore for whether it was for anything, I'm sure Cinderella Shoes was a pit stop in your journey. Um, so amongst other places, but yeah, so we taped it outside of there, and then went to the east side and went to the new carpet world headquarters in East Baltimore. Um, and man, these two dudes, the two brothers, Eamon and Osama, what they've done with their brand is very impressive, and it's amazing to see what they've been able to come do. I mean, and a lot of new shit coming out, man. It's so much on the horizon for them, and super proud of them. So yeah, it was dope to be a part of this. Thank you to Nike for including me, and of course, shout out to my brothers Brian and Clark Kent for recommending me and to be part of this as well. So yeah, tomorrow sneakers app
Oh,
Wednesday.
actually, Lupe is going to be at Howard Theater.
Perfect. We don't got to go
Perfect.
far.
Not
Yeah,
far at all.
yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
So shout out to Abdul being on Sneakers app. Are there benefits to being on Sneakers app? Is there like, do you get some shoes sent your way? I mean, what is the real?
So so the color of the month, for those that don't know, was a program that was in place in '84 when the three retailers from Baltimore um, gave Nike some certain colorways that they wanted made because they thought that that's what the kids in Baltimore wanted. So every month they would put out a different colorway of Air Force Ones, and those colors actually came back in the '90s too. When I was a kid, obviously I wasn't around for '84, but in the '90s, a lot of those colorways came back. Some of them actually came back in as quick strikes in 2015. I don't know if you remember that. Uh, but so they're bringing those back out, but this time they're telling the story around that, and that's what this segment was focused on. So I did have a pair of the shoes on. They brought a whole bunch of them in my size. Eamon and myself we're the same size. We're both size nines, so they brought a rack of them to let us pick out whatever colorway we wanted to wear. Um, and of course, I took everything else with me when I left. So, so you know, um, they had two in each colorway. I grabbed five. I think Eamon got like four of them, and yeah. So the white on white just came out. I think on the 21st of July. If you haven't seen it, man, go cop that. It's 150, but it's premium leather with the big block lettering on the back tab. They're fire. Like cocaine white. You can't beat it.
Listen, if that's your thing, please go do that. Find that in your local secret retailer.
Yeah, go look for that.
What's a podcast episode season 4, episode 11,
Yeah.
or as Abdul says, episode 171.
Yeah.
There was a video of Kendrick Lamar at Rolling Loud, and he was performing, and there was a security guard who just got caught
Wait,
up
wasn't
in.
Rolling Loud in Miami?
Yeah, Rolling Loud was in Miami.
Oh no, this was in Houston.
I thought it was in Miami.
Nah, it was
Oh,
Toyota
okay.
Center or some shit like that in
My
Houston.
bad. I'm wrong. My bad. Um, so the person that was filming was been directly in front of
Yeah.
the security guard, and they kind of had their camera where they could see both the security guard and Kendrick in the same frame.
The security guard was in very close vicinity to Kendrick. He was just below the
Well,
stage.
the security guard and the security guard wasn't even looking at Kendrick.
No, he wasn't. He was doing his job.
that was the security guard song though. Like that
Yes.
security guard connected with that song in
Yes.
multiple ways. And I don't know if you've seen the girl. Her name is Jazzy. She's a young girl. I believe she's like Dominican or Puerto Rican, where she interviews all of these a bunch of rappers. She interviewed
Okay.
Hove. So she interviewed Kendrick right after that. After that,
Uh huh.
right after the security guard did his thing,
And she
and
showed him the video.
she showed him the video, and Kendrick basically is like, "That's what music is supposed to do. It's supposed. I'm looking for it right now. It's
Wow,
supposed to,
touch
create
people like that.
and create a moment like that. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I can't find her name, but I'll find it because she might be 8 years old, 9 years old. Like
Oh,
she's
I have
very
seen a. It's a really little girl.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes, I have seen her. Yeah, yeah. I saw her
Jazz
catch Hove outside of a hotel building or something like that.
Jazzy's World TV is her
Okay.
Instagram.
Okay.
And so I just sent it to you on the gram right now.
All right.
And basically, yeah, she called him. She called him. She's improving. You know what I mean? She used to be a little shook, but now she's
Yeah.
nice. And I mean, she called Hove outside a restaurant in New York.
A restaurant or a hotel. I did see that. Yeah,
Yeah, she
yeah,
called
yeah, yeah.
J. Cole. She called, you know what I mean? But now she's behind the scenes. She's a media
Wow.
person, so
She got a
she's
press
dope.
pass.
She's literally, she has to be like 8 or 9 years old. She reminds me of Bella, So
Pusha T, Pharrell. Can we get a press pass for the next something in the water, please?
I thought we were
Dre
supposed to be
the,
doing the podcast
yeah, Dre the
situation.
Mayor. Can you make that happen for us, please?
Are you going to Dre the Mayor's
I,
function?
if I'm in town, I am. I'm definitely gonna go if I am in town.
I'm not going, but I would like for you to represent for What's a Podcast.
Yeah, if I'm here, I mean that's my brother. I'm definitely gonna represent for him. He's his birthday party is coming up on
That is the birthday
August
party.
12th. What's that?
That is the birthday party,
No, I
right?
said it's coming up August
Oh
12th.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if I am in town, I won't miss it.
I'll be in Virginia Beach that night DJing, so that's why I
Yeah,
won't be
and
able to
there's a
attend.
chance I might be away with my family on vacation that weekend. So I don't know. We'll see. We shall
Nevertheless,
see. But
nevertheless,
nevertheless, but you were talking about that security guard. I thought it was a very beautiful moment because yeah, you're right, man. You sometimes you just don't know how music's gonna affect people. Um, I don't think I've cried. Maybe to Nas. No, I'm kidding. Oh man, I
oh
cried
nah.
to Black Moon. But I yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't know if I can't recall if I've ever cried to anything.
I think I
Uh,
cried probably like after like the first few times I heard Nipsey after he passed. I definitely got choked up.
that's
You know what I'm saying? Like that
yo,
was
you're right. I can see that being very, very effective. Um, I do think I might have got choked up the first time I heard Ghostface talking about his brother who was physically disabled. Remember that song?
all that I got is you.
That I got is you, and I think, and you know why I think I got choked up is because I really sometimes you just hear the words and you're not really listening. But
Mhm.
sometimes when you're hearing and listening at the same time, and those words, it just has to be the right time. And those words really resonate and they paint a picture in your head as you're listening to the song. I think that happened to me at that time. And I was just like, damn, this journey of having a family member and not even just your brother is just very touching. Um, yeah, and I think that might have got me choked up too. Um, yeah, but listen, shout out to that security guard. He looks like that song might have helped him through some. But I read this interview with him. He did not even know he was being taped, and he woke up the next morning. Kendrick is one of his favorite artists, and he was debating whether he should cop a ticket or just work that night. And at the end, he decided to just work. And he did not even know anything about it. He found out the next day when his phone was blowing up. But yeah, shout out to that dude, man.
Yeah,
Um,
shout out to him, man. It's a very ill moment.
yeah,
The power of music. People say music has certain qualities that are just kind of above human understanding, and
yeah,
rhythms and stuff like that. And I mean, I do believe that. I mean, rhythm is difficult to come by for some groups of people more than others. You know what I mean? So it's a different it's a different vibe with the music. But shout out to
yeah.
whatever you listen to. New music, new Joey Badass album is incredible.
Shout out to
Uh,
Joe Badass, man.
I think it was the Beautiful Mind on YouTube who said, "Yo, Rome, you got to check out the dude Joey Badass." I think,
Shout out to the beautiful mind too.
yeah, and but it was super duper dope. So music just does that to people. You know what I'm saying? We're
Yeah.
here, season 4, episode 11. What's a
Oh
podcast?
man. Yeah. I think, and also when the camera just catches you without you knowing it, it just really brings out a true emotion in people. It's difficult. Like, I mean, I'll be, tape this sneakers thing, and um, for one, it's very nerve wracking. Especially
Right.
not being used to being in front of the camera. Jerome, I actually think you're natural when you're speaking, uh, and in front of the camera. Based on that DJ documentary that you're on. Um, but for me, I get mad nervous. You know what I'm saying? And um, I saw the clip of it. I was like, damn, like the camera does add 10 pounds, dog. Like that's respectfully, I've been running a lot, dog. I've been running thousands of miles. Like I shouldn't look like I got an extra 10 pounds on me, but uh, I don't know why it is. How? Why does
I don't
everybody look
know,
10 pounds
man.
heavier?
I don't know, man. I don't. I don't.
Well,
I don't.
Eamon actually did not look like he was 10 pounds heavy. It was just me. I'm like, how? How did this
Listen,
happen?
man. It's all good. Things happen.
Uh,
We know the truth is you'll be up at 4:40 in the morning running to get that
yeah,
fake
but
10 pounds off of you. So
so, but yeah, I was nervous. And you always doubt how you sound. I hate my voice. Even on this podcast, I don't like to listen to that shit only because I don't like how I sound. But um, yeah, so listen, drop a comment after by Thursday when this comes out. The sneakers app segment will already be live. So let me get some feedback in our comments or something. Let me know how I did.
talk talk to him. Basically, we're at that point um, where the world is there's a lot of things going on. I think we're seeing monkeypox become a little bit more serious than what
Damn.
sh- than what Streetwear Eddie was talking about. Because Streetwear Eddie he
He
kind of
said it was
shitted
like
on it,
sexually transmitted disease, didn't he?
which I still think there is some truth to it. But I think it's spreading in other ways. I feel
Yeah.
like these viruses find other ways to spread.
Well, he did say, I
Um,
think if you get sneezed on or something like that, you can catch it like that as well.
all I'm saying is I feel like he kind of downplayed its what it was going to turn into, and at
Nah,
this point they're like it's a real function. You know what I'm
it's
saying? Like,
catching steam and it looks
yeah,
nasty. Have you seen the pictures
I've
from it with the?
seen. You see Jay Slayer's Instagram post?
No, I
Oh
missed it.
yeah, oh yeah, it's disgusting. It's
Oh,
absolutely disgusting.
gross.
And then Slayer don't help because the caption he put on the joint. Oh, I literally fell down. It was so
I gotta go back and catch up on
you gotta
Instagram, man.
love, man, because
We
Slayer.
we gotta we gotta after we're done talking about monkeypox, we also gotta talk about how Instagram has fallen the fuck off, man. And there's all kinds of new campaigns about bring the old Instagram back. But yeah, so Jay Slayer made a post and monkeypox is going crazy
So
right now.
here's my thing, and I'll say this very quickly because I don't really understand that. You're telling me that Instagram plays such a big part in your life, not you, obviously, not you, but
Hmm.
these people are feeling that Instagram plays such a big part in their life that they want the old Instagram back, and it's like if nothing's gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
what change is the only thing that's constant, especially with social media. So why would you just not care so much about Instagram? Like pick
Well,
up a book. You know
true.
what I'm saying?
And
Like what are you
I
talking about?
think I think what they're referring to is um your feed is now probably 60% ads and other people that you don't even follow, and 40% your timeline. Um, Somebody did send me a tip, and you can actually bypass all that shit if you go to the Instagram logo on the top left hand corner of your. The first thing that popped up when I opened up Instagram is this monkeypox post by Jay Slayer you were just talking about. This
It's
shit is
crazy.
nasty. But if you go to Instagram and you look at the Instagram icon on the top left hand corner, there's an arrow beside it. If you tap on that arrow and you click on following, it actually gives you a chronological order of your timeline of only the people you follow. Because honestly, if you stay on the main page, you are going to be scrolling for fucking an hour and a half before you complete your timeline. You know what I'm saying? It's bullshit. Um, like, why is John Legend in my shit, dog? I don't even follow you, bro. Like
Let's
this, it's
see. Who
such
is this?
bullshit. It's like S Bird. I respect you as a basketball player, but get the fuck off my timeline.
Sue Bird, like the woman?
Yeah, yeah.
You said
But
S
that's what I mean.
Bird?
It's just like so many ads and stuff like that. And there's a whole thing now about how Instagram, for some reason, is pushing reels and video content, and as a result, there are um, your actual posts itself only hits 10% of your followers as opposed to reels. It's like something new in the algorithm that they're doing. Um, so I think a lot of people are concerned about that. A lot of people have found a way to monetize Instagram. Whether it's shops and e-commerce and things like that. The hustle continues, and I think Instagram has really fucked it up because maybe they want a piece of everything too. You know what I mean? So they have screwed up the algorithm and made things a little bit more complicated. Um, so yeah, my engagement on Instagram and my amount of time I used to be on there, it has dropped significantly because I'm tired of the fuck shit on there. Um, but
I
that
just feel
one
like it's
tip that I got for where you can actually get the feed of just the people you're following is very helpful though. You can knock out a good hour out of your time from just going
but
through
it
that.
just can't to me it just can't be that serious. Like legitimately, you gain so much more from
Yeah.
picking up a book versus complaining
I don't
about
like
Instagram.
reading, I'll be honest.
Okay,
I'm not a
then
picking up a book reading
but
motherfucker.
there are positive
Sure.
things you can do with your life. There's YouTube videos you can watch to learn a new skill, a new
Yeah.
trade. Like I get it, people watch the gram when they go to sleep, the morning, but they use the gram for everything. You know what I'm saying? The gram is the most addictive drug in the world right now. I know TikTok's coming secondly, but the gram has 50-year-olds, 15-year-olds, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in between
Yeah.
completely hooked. And it's like, yo, if they make changes you don't like, just don't use the app. Seriously, just don't use the app.
I think
You
I
know what I
think
mean?
people are slowly moving away.
Yeah.
I
So,
think the next time we see Instagram put out some sort of analytics about that, we're gonna see a significant drop in usage. We're gonna see a significant drop in amount of people on it. Um, and I honestly I think they're kind of fucking themselves. Um, because I think one thing you want is to people to be on your app. And people have now gotten to the point where they're just sick of scrolling and not being able to see the people that they're actually following, so they'll just get off. I think that's what's going to end up happening is they're going to just end up leaving. Somebody else is going to come up with an app that's Instagram, the old Instagram, and people are just going to hop on that. I'll be one of those people.
to me, I don't need any more social media. Like I'm just getting TikTok because my brother, shout out
Hmm.
to Kel, he knows like a guy at TikTok. So basically, with TikTok, it's just like you just have to post every day. If you
Well,
post every day on TikTok, like that's how you get your followers, you can get your engagement up.
I
Um,
think I do have TikTok strictly for I've never posted anything, but I think I might have talked about this on a previous podcast, but I like the TikTok algorithm because it's figured out um, what my likes are, and it gives me just that content. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
it's figured out that I like to see motherfuckers at the chiropractor getting their necks cracked and their backs cracked. So I get a whole lot of that Dr. Chicago chiropractor and motherfuckers like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it knows that I like watching like handyman fix stuff in the house, and I get a lot of that content. It knows that I like seeing cars get detailed, even though I have like maybe the dirtiest car myself. But
I heard it deals with your likes. Like whatever you
yes,
like, that's
whatever
how
you're
the
liking, it's
yeah.
figured out my pattern based on my the stuff that I've been liking or the stuff that I've searched for. And now all my content is only that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I like that. I like that. And I think that's what Instagram kind of used to be like. You know what I'm saying? And
For
you,
sure, for
I
sure.
liked sneakers a lot. A lot of my shit, if I went to the explore page, was all sneakers. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, my
TikTok,
explore page looks
I don't
crazy
know
now.
anything about like the dancing side of TikTok or the challenges that everybody else says TikTok has. I'm not even in that world. So um yeah, so as because of that, I do like TikTok. I'm not on it heavy, but I do when I am on it, I'm able to just take a look at the content that I want to see. So I do like it for that.
Well, we'll see. I mean, we're all on the older side of things now, but we're all making these new apps
Yeah.
work for us. You know what I'm saying? And I use TikTok to learn like recipes, like to figure out recipes to like shore up recipes. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been making
Yeah.
my seafood mac and cheese is so mean right now. Oh my god.
Nice.
But then like I did like meniscus like recovery exercises. You know what I'm saying? When I couldn't afford
Mm.
to pay out of pocket for my what is it
Surgery.
called? No, I paid for the surgery, but
Oh, physical
the
therapy.
physical therapy. Yeah, the
Yeah.
PT. I just you Google TikTok and
Oh, I see. You see.
there's
Yeah.
entire doctors giving you like, all right, you just had surgery.
Yeah.
Your
This is what you got
3 day.
to do.
This is what you have to do.
Word.
And that was literally what I did. You know what I mean? So that's the good side of social media. You just got to use it, man. You got to use it and be
Yeah.
responsible and not forget that there's a real world out there. Shout out to my child. We have a time every day where it's called no devices.
I like it.
And neither one of us is allowed to use a phone and or an iPad or a
How long does
computer.
that last?
It's a good hour. It's a good
Nice.
hour. Yeah. So normally we try to do it right after dinner. So from 6 to 7, we try to
Yeah.
just focus in. And I'm like I said, I'm reading that Jay Dilla book. I'm not really a fan of him right now. It's my man.
Based on the
It's
book?
based on the book. I'm mad at myself because I I put him on a
On a
pillar. I
pedestal.
put him on a pedestal. That
Yeah.
the music made him a demigod to me. It made him,
Yeah.
and I forgot that he's a human
And as a human, he had some
and
flaws.
he had flaws.
Oh man.
And
And they
I've
talk
been
about it.
they
Who
give
wrote the
you
book? Like
Dan
Adila,
Charnas.
is
Dan
that like
Charnas. I don't know, man.
is
He's
that by was it done by his mother, his estate,
his
or
mother.
this is
They
just
no. They definitely gave him access.
oh, okay.
I've never read an autobiography that gives more access. Like the stories in this thing are insane,
Wow.
insane. And I'm at the point in the book where he just left Q-Tip. Him and Q-Tip are just like friends now. They don't work together. He doesn't want to work with. He's like kind of not wanting to work with D'Angelo and those guys anymore. And he's on like his fifth abortion.
Oh
Like
shit.
that's
Wait,
what I'm
what?
saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like
he was what? He
he
did
was,
like the strip clubs. He was a big strip
yeah.
club dude.
Yo, listen to me, bro.
They talk about that, all
They
of that in
talk
the
about
book.
every single thing.
Oh, he was
And like
getting
I said,
busy.
I'm mad at myself
My man did
for
not believe in contraceptives.
not at all. So I'm mad at myself for putting him on that pedestal and not realizing like he's just a real nigga from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Who
Yeah.
do like I'm
Fifth
so mad at my
abortion. God
dog.
damn.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell you, like it's bad. It's bad. So, but I'm not, but he hasn't gotten sick in the book yet either. It's like 1999, 2000.
Okay.
He just knocked out some stuff from Badu. Like it's a great read.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just mad at myself
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
for
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
because I'm just like, yo, Dilla is the god. Like as a producer, just
Yeah.
I listen to Donuts every day. Like it's crazy. So I think the original part of what we were talking about was going to lead into this bit about Shopify laying off 10% of their staff due to slowdown in e-commerce,
Mm.
which I also read a slight bit about it. And basically what they did was they staffed up during the pandemic and they kind of
Yeah.
expected the pandemic amount of sales to stay that high. And it's slowed down because people are back outside. I mean, obviously it's summer, so people are really outside. Like, I was in San Francisco yesterday for a Monday, bro. It was booming outside.
Yeah.
Like it was booming. So I can only imagine what the rest of the world looks like. And Even through sickness and war, people are still outside. So maybe Shopify just overshot their projections. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
it looks like the CEO actually came out and said that. He's like, "Yo, I made a wrong calculation," and it just sounds so crazy to say that e-commerce is slowing down because it seems to me like e-commerce is actually picking up. But maybe it just means that Shopify now has more competition because you can buy shit from a lot of different ways. Like we just talked about it, how Instagram has become a tool for you to go shopping. You know what I'm saying? So maybe a lot of those vendors are not using Shopify. You know what I mean? And I have a web store for my sauces and 2islandboys.net, and we don't use Shopify. You know what I'm saying? I use another commerce store or engine, so to speak, that does all my payment processing and all that stuff too. Because listen, Shopify fees is a lot. It's
it's real deal.
apparently, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people, vendors do use it, but it's pricey. You're paying for that. Um, and so I decided to go with somebody else, and and I think a lot of people probably thought like just like me. If you're a small business, I'm already getting fucking my profit margin is already being eaten into by processing fees. I don't need another fee to be paying. So I mean, I don't know if e-commerce itself is slowing down, or maybe now at this point Shopify might just have more competition. They can't be the only person in the game that's trying to be a payment processor or doing whatever Shopify does. You know what I'm saying? There's other motherfuckers that want to do the same thing. They're like, we want a piece of that pie too. So I think listen, the competition just got a little bit tougher, but a lot of people that they did lay off are like salespeople and accounting people and people like that. Um, I wonder if the legend John Wexler, who was at Adidas, head of collabs and entertainment marketing and all that shit, had actually left Adidas to go to Shopify, and I think he might have also left Shopify, but I'm not sure. I hope his job is secure if he is still there. Um, and Shopify, they also expanded really big. They got that big ass space right in downtown Los Angeles, right by the Commonwealth store. Right where Bodega is.
I haven't been in a
That
couple years.
okay.
Yeah.
There's a huge warehouse area where I think American Apparel used to be in downtown LA, and there's Bodega stores there. They have some coffee shops, and Shopify has taken over a large portion of that space. So maybe it's investments like that you know what I'm saying,
Didn't haven't panned out yet.
yeah, it didn't pan out yet. You just spend so much on trying to be the cool guy when you should really be making sure that you're going to be sustainable. Your profits are going to be sustainable in the next 10 years.
Shout out to speaking of investments, I've pivoted a lot of my money in the stock market. I am now there's a gaming team. You heard of the Phase Clan?
Yeah, those are the guys that do the competition in the Brooklyn arena, right?
They went public.
Oh, they went public.
They went
Okay.
public. Cop some shares.
All right.
I would look into it if I was the average consumer. Them shares are looking real positive right now.
All right.
You
What
know what
did
I'm
they
saying?
start out at?
It was
Or
it
when
was
they went
$10.
public?
It was $10 a
Oh,
share.
that's affordable.
Exactly.
Gaming is only going to go crazy.
It
You
was
went on
10.
Robinhood and copped that?
It was $10 a share. Now it's sitting at 12.20.
Ooh.
So you cop enough. You cop enough. That's nice. You know what I mean?
I mean, did you use Robinhood
Yeah, I
or
use
something else?
Robinhood. Yeah, I use Robinhood,
Okay.
and I use Webull just in case.
All right.
So if you're out there, do that. What's a podcast? There is a dude by the name of Devin Ohas.
Okay.
His real name is Devon Turnbull, but his artist name is Devin Ohas.
All right.
He has an art. He has art. He's an exhibit at this gallery in New York where he makes these crazy ill speaker systems. like crazy ill, like just these sound systems, like these huge speakers. His speaker, when you go to Supreme,
Hmm.
he's the one that makes the speakers for Supreme.
Okay.
He has a speaker. I believe Doty's spot down in Norfolk might be one of his. But anyway, he makes the illest speakers and these ill sound systems that take 4 months to make at a time. Tom Sachs, Mark Ronson, all these people are really into this guy's
Yeah. So
stuff.
Tom Sachs did his own like stuff of speakers too.
Yeah,
Was that made by this kid?
made by this kid. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
The crazy part to find out is this kid was the guy who started Nom De Guerre.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, he was
yeah.
one of the founding dudes
They
there.
said he was the founding guy. I read it was a New York Times article. I put it up. There's got to be somebody in this world sitting on an incredible amount of Nom de Guerre. Like if you
Oh,
see that
yeah.
hoodie anywhere now, do you have that
Yeah.
hoodie or no?
I did at one time. I mean, who knows with
That hoodie was the
where it
all
is
over
now.
print. That was the all over print hoodie to
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
because it said Nom de Guerre in Arabic. Was it that what it was? Was that
It
what
was
it
in
said?
Arabic. Yep.
Hardest hoodie out there, bro. It was
Yeah.
fantastic. Um,
Shout out to Will Whitney, friend of the show, one
yeah,
of my
he was a
very good
manager, right,
friends.
or was he an owner?
He's one of the guys from Nom de Guerre. I think he was one of the
Yeah,
partners,
Nom de
and also
Guerre.
ran the shop. Um, one of my good friends up to this day. Legend, New York City
Yeah,
legend.
so Nom de Guerre, man. If you probably want to go on Grailed,
Yeah, I think Grail might be a good place to look for
there's
stuff like that, right?
a lot of these sort of military inspired brands that people are into now. Some of the Japanese stuff.
Maharishi is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
It's a
what's the
little bit
other?
expensive.
Yeah, what's the other one though? There's another one that I'm thinking of. I'll think about it.
Maharishi is British. What are
British.
you talking about?
It's
You're talking about
it's a
something that's
dot.
Japanese?
Yeah, it's a dot JP brand. But they are like straight off of Nom de Guerre.
Yeah.
Like the inspiration is
Okay.
100%. So if you can, man, the dude has a gallery. It's open in New York till August 5th. So check that out. And then, when you go to Supreme stores, look at their speakers and kind of see like there's a
Mm,
little bit of flavor to them. You know what I'm saying? One of the guys that works with him is this dude Mo, who's from Virginia. Actually, we had a DJ Commonwealth party a couple years ago, and
okay.
they build these incredible speaker sound system sort of things. So check that out. I just was looking at that earlier. I want to make sure we tapped in with that. I want to say that James Howells is trying to find a hard drive that he mistakenly threw away that has $181 million worth of Bitcoin. He's got to be sick.
Yo, this motherfucker had 8,000 bitcoins on a hard drive and had two hard drives. One was a blank hard drive, and one was the hard drive that had all his Bitcoin on it, all his crypto. And he mistakenly threw away the hard drive that has all the crypto on it. And it's worth now 181 million, even after
The
Bitcoin
tumble.
has taken the dip. You know what I'm saying? Even after the dip, you're still talking about that kind of cheddar. And now he's it's somewhere in a landfill, and he is trying to get a petition or something like legally where he can go in the landfill and search. And the council is like, nah, it's not good for the environment, or they're giving him a lot of pushback. But I mean, listen, don't be a hater, man. If you're on that council, let this man go out there and go look for his shit. Or if you can go out there and look for it yourself, somebody needs to find that. I hope it's James Howells, only because he's the rightful owner. Um, but maybe if you find it, you can cut some sort of deal with my man, because you still need, if he's smart enough, it's all encrypted, and you would still need some sort of password to enter that. Um, but let that man go out there and find his hard drive, dog, because 181 million is crazy.
It's crazy. Real quick, also, if you did not get a chance to cop the Hello Kitty Air Presto stretch knit sneakers from Nike,
Uh huh.
Mr. Porter has a full size run right now.
Oh shit. Okay, go
So you
cop
better
that.
you better cop that. You know what I'm saying? Because by the time you hear this, I don't know what it's gonna look like. You know what I'm
Are you
saying?
on? Are you shopping while we're?
I got
recorded?
the alert. I got the alert. It came across. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying? I got the alert.
all
So
right.
they have the. They actually have the Air Force One oh 07 fresh leather sneakers, full size run.
Which one is the fresh leather?
Those
What's
are a
that?
buck 40. Jeez.
The white on white? Send me that shit. Let me see
Yeah,
that link.
it's right there.
Yeah, let me see what this is. Might have to need it. I might need a pair. Oh, okay. These might be the creaseless joints.
Buck 40 for white on whites though. Come on, man.
I think this might be they're supposed to be the creaseless pair. Um, let me see here. Yeah, I think so, man. I think that's why it's supposed to be the pair that doesn't crease. The fresh leather might be that one. Yeah,
Well, again, Mr. Porter is a resource. You know what I'm
reputable
saying?
site.
Reputable site. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
just stare at their stuff all day long because it's too expensive,
it is too
and I
expensive.
can't afford it.
Me neither.
I want to say that there's a sneak peek of the undefeated Air Force One and the new Monier fours. Was it?
Oof.
Didn't he also drop the Monier 12s on full size
He
run?
did a sneak peek. He had them on feet,
He had them on feet.
um, and they were cool. But
The
these
12s.
Jordan fours, man, listen. Have you seen them?
I
Let me
have
show you.
not.
Let me send you this link. And for them to be this colorway is they're fire. It's not a. I'll put it in the chat. They look good. They fucking look good. For it to be like a violet color, is which is not my go-to color, but the white midsole, black outsole, they look good. And let me
So
show
this is
you a
their
picture of these.
this is their Thanksgiving shoe.
Yeah, it looks like it's coming out in November. Which yeah, actually,
November. Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Thanksgiving and Black Friday. This could be a Black Friday shoe,
Very true.
which could be crazy. And then these undefeated Air Forces um, look crazy as well. So they're all patent leather. I'd actually gotten word at first, maybe last year or something like that, that this was. I don't know if you remember the undefeated NL dunks from last year, from 2005, the
Okay.
no lining dunks
Yeah, I
that
remember
were like
those. Yeah,
multicolored. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I remember those.
I had been told that the Air Force One that was coming out was going to be in that colorway, except in all patent leather. Um, However, you know, and this was maybe last year or a couple of years ago, I'd heard that, but there was some Nike ID options that dropped not too long ago, and those colorways were in it. And I actually made a pair of that same Nike, that undefeated NL Dunk. I made an Air Force One in those same exact colors. I don't know if that changed their decision, or if I just had bad intel the whole time. But this is the actual colorway that's coming out, man. Very 2006 Easter egg vibes. I like it. Uh, my only issue with patent leather has been how quickly they crease. But you know, recently the Jordan ones, the bread patent leather Jordan ones came out. I got to tell you, them motherfuckers don't crease. I've had them on like 4 or 5 times without a crinkle in my toe box.
Yeah, Bella got them too. Hers ain't creased at all.
Yeah. So if they're using maybe that same sort of technology or whatever new they're doing with these undefeated Air Forces, I'm in, man. 5 pairs. 5 pairs. I need these.
5 pair. All right. So
Yeah. What do you think? You not fucking with them? What do you think about the Monier Force, first of all?
a little understated, but I feel like that's what makes bangers. Is what you know. What I'm saying a little the undefeateds are just so much. There's so much going on with them. Different color panels and The only
Yeah,
thing, honestly, bro, the thing that I dislike about Undefeated the most is just the inability to get the shoes. They just make it way more difficult to get their shoes, especially from them. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like this is a mix of an Easter. The clear bottom is gonna have people excited. It's a
yeah.
great shoe, but just trying to get them, it just becomes much more of a task. Like I just want one store to make 2 million pair of everything, and if you do that, you get them on people's feet. Then people get excited about your brand because they're excited. You know, in my opinion, at least.
Listen,
Um,
we're gonna make sure we get pairs of these for the whole team, man. Shout out to my man Mark. Uh, Mark, I'm gonna call in that favor. You understand? The team sponsored by Mace. All right, let's get pairs for everybody, bro. We'll get access to these. Um, but I really like these Manier fours, bro, because there was early leaks in off the white pair, and I'd already gotten word that the colorway that's coming out looks nothing like these. But they actually already had fakes out there. People were showing the white pair, making it look like they had early pairs, not knowing that they were holding up a fake shoe the whole time. So, um, I think I don't know how that first white picture got out there, or if it was just a mock-up and the fake factories ran with it. But um, yeah, it's kind of crazy that the color is completely different. I like this violet colorway though. I didn't think I was gonna like it at all.
at this point, we're gonna say, what is Abdul watching?
Oh man, what is Abdul watching? So I started this show on Apple Plus last week called Severance. I think I talked about it last week as well, but I finished the whole season. It's sort of on some sci-fi shit, but really good acting, and it's about a company that controls people's minds, essentially. That um, the employees that go into work there, from the second you walk in, you lose all your memory from the outside world. You only retain, and you're only able to you only remember what happens at work. So it's almost having like two different lives, but it's all within the same person. Very interesting show. I finished that all up. I think there was 8 or 9 episodes. I finished that up. um, I also caught up on Flatbush Misdemeanors on Showtime. I don't know if you ever seen this, but
I
it's
have not.
hilarious. It's very, very good, Mick. Very funny and on point. Um, it's got Weebay from The Wire in it. You've never watched The Wire, so it doesn't even matter. But everybody else who has will know who that is. And I'm excited to see him. Man. He's hilarious. Really good actor. I forget his name. I think his name is Kareem something, but he's a New York native.
Mhm.
But Flatbush Misdemeanors is really good. I did watch the Supreme Team on also on Showtime, which is a documentary on the legendary Supreme Team out of Queens, New York. Uh, Executive produced and directed by Esco Nas
Oh,
Escobar.
I thought you was
Move,
gonna say 50.
Nas Escobar moving on your week production. Um, it's done by him, and it's, I think it was 3 or 4 episodes. I think it was 3 episodes. Very, very well done, man. And it talked about everything, and it just did not talk about um, how much weight and drugs these guys. It did not really portray them too much as drug dealers. And it did not take away from them being massive drug dealers, but it also told the story about America at the time and black people in the time. Uh, it talked about systemic racism and factors that led to people in certain situations not having any other options. You know what I'm saying? Um, it talked about the police officer that got killed, Ed Burns, and how that changed policing in New York City.
Everything crazy.
Everything changed after that. The drug laws got stricter, and people are still paying for that up to this day. Man, the dude who shot him, and killed him, um, kind of just acted out on his own, man. He thought he was, his name is Pappy Mason, and you've heard his name in rhymes before.
Yeah, yeah, of
Um,
course.
and he worked for Fat Cat and just took it upon himself to just go and execute this police officer out of nowhere. Had nothing to do with the Supreme Team, nothing like that. But um, yeah, so it did a lot of that, and it also talked about when Supreme got out of jail, and he was working with Murder Inc. and how that kind of went left just because people just people in the legal profession, the police department never really forgave him for the murder of Ed Burns. They all tied him into that, even though he had nothing to do with it.
Mm.
So it's very well done, really good documentary. If you have not seen it, it's out on Showtime right now. Um, there is a scene in it. So Nas is talking to LL Cool J, and they show him a video of Supreme's nephew Prince Miller, his birthday party somewhere in Queens. And in the video is a very young 16-year-old LL Cool J in the crowd. And he did not even realize he was at that party. He's like, yo, I thought in my head, I've always been like, yo, I think I was at that party, but this is like almost 40 years ago, right? So
Mm.
there's actually video footage of him being there with
Mm.
a shirt that says LL Cool J on it.
I'm not mad
So,
at
and a
LL.
bucket hat on. So shout out to LL Cool J, the legend, man. But no, go watch that. Um, Better Call Saul. I'm all caught up on that. 3 more episodes left. It's on AMC. Go catch that and watch that. Yeah, I have nothing else. That's about it.
I'll say musically, man, that Joey Badass is the only thing that
I
I'm
gotta check
listening
that out.
to is fantastic.
I mean, I like that new French Montana joint too, man. That
You're the
song,
only you're the only person.
psh, really. I
Yeah,
like. Have you heard the shit with him, Benny and Jada?
I got the whole album.
But did you listen to that one?
I mean, I listened to it all.
Oh, okay, I like it. I like French Montana's music, and I like this album. Who else? Uh, yeah, I don't know. That's about it.
That's about. It was something that I definitely did want to talk about that I just forgot because you were talking about it.
Music wise,
Just in general, I forget. You were talking about Nas for a minute, but I forgot.
uh, Nas,
I don't remember. I'll put it on Instagram if it's something I remember. But
investing,
no, we
sweet
talked about
chick.
everything. It was just
Oh,
sitting right
okay,
here.
all right.
I can't remember. It was good too, but nevertheless, man, what's a podcast? Season 4, episode 11, or as Abdul likes to say, episode 171.
Yeah,
Um, God, it was tight too.
Darling Nikki. We're gonna be at Darling Nikki tomorrow night,
Oh,
going crazy.
we're going crazy.
Somebody buy me a Sprite at the bar, please.
I'm not drinking for the month of August.
You're not drinking what?
The month of August.
Oh, so you're gonna get it in tomorrow night, though.
I don't want to get it in. No, I don't want to do too much. I just cool, calm, and collected. Let's make some money. Let's
Mm.
celebrate what we've done, but then let's also remember we have another party in 2 weeks, so
Oh, okay.
we don't want the
Ha-
drop off to be too crazy.
Happy belated birthday to our guy Dom from somewhere. Um, his birthday was just last week. Hope you celebrated it well. They had a little pop up with a local artist, Rico Nasty, at the somewhere in Union Market. I don't know if you saw that. Our guy Zay set that whole thing up with his agency, Jack's Hub. It looked
Yeah,
nice.
it looked cool, man.
Yeah.
He pulled in the homegirl. He pulled in Pierre's wife to
Oh,
do some of the,
amazing.
so yeah, yeah. So she did like the flowers on the car and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So that was fire, and it was just that was a great job. It's good to see Zay doing his thing.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
He's actually hosting Darling Nikki tomorrow night.
Oh shit.
So
Okay.
and it's his birthday.
It's his
So
birthday. Okay. All
over
right.
the weekend, but you know what I'm saying. So
Celebrating tomorrow night.
tomorrow, Darling Nikki's going to be it's going to be fantastic. Even Dream D hit me. Dream D said he's kid free for a few weeks. He's pulling up early. I said, man, bring the wife so you don't get in trouble. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Oh, I know what I'll say. I know what I was gonna tell you. Jay Promo and I are now in a Nike watch battle.
Yo, I've been seeing like both of you going crazy.
So that was the lead up. The
Okay,
actual competition starts tomorrow.
okay.
So I might have some late nights, early mornings. I mean, I'm trying to crush because
Are you
I know what he
sure?
does.
J Promo goes crazy.
I gotta go crazy. I
All
gotta
right,
go crazy. Like
all right, all right.
it's got to be at least two workouts a day, and
Yo, all right.
I've got 8 gigs this weekend alone. Like
You're gonna
starting
walk to
tomorrow,
all of them.
I'm gonna do everything. Like so, if I take my daughter to the bus stop to the bus stop tomorrow, I'll probably
Yeah.
then walk around the neighborhood twice, then hit the weights. So I'll hit my red and my green before 9 o'clock in the morning.
Circles. If you don't know Apple
Yeah,
Watch, it gives you you close those circles
I'll
or
close those
rings.
circles. I'll
Rings.
close those rings early in the
Yeah.
morning. But but I gotta hit the max. If it's gonna be tough, but again, that San Francisco, man, that San Francisco will change your life, bro. Like those hills were so crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta do better.
What is the
So
competition based on? Is it like calories or
point
distance or
rings, no,
points? Oh, okay.
whoever. So
All right.
you can do a max of like 4,200 points a day or something like that.
Okay.
And you get a point for every percentage that you close.
All right. Cool.
So you know what I mean. So you gonna see a lot of little
How long is the competition from
7 days
7 days starting tomorrow?
starting tomorrow. This
Oh,
is
all
my
right.
busiest run of the year so far. Like I said,
So
eight
we're
gigs.
gonna have a big announcement next week then.
I mean, I
The
hope to be
winner.
14 pounds lighter if I kill myself properly. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta do what you gotta do out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I just got a gig and I got a gig in the Amalfi Coast next summer. You know what I'm saying? So if I
Wow.
did it,
Where is
but
that? Is that Italy?
Italy, that's you've seen it before. It's like
Italy? Okay.
it's like one of those. I know you probably seen the movies. What's the movie with George
James
Clooney?
Bond shit. I think
Yeah,
a
but
lot of
what's
James
the movie?
like
What's
that.
the movie with George Clooney though? Oceans, like Oceans 13, I think.
Oceans. Okay.
They shot one of them in the Amalfi Coast, where it's like,
Okay.
you know
Okay.
what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Yeah.
So,
Lots of hills and mountains and beaches and stuff
well,
like
just
that.
the Lake Como and all that stuff. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes. 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 Okay. That's
That's
all
where
right there.
that
All
I'm
right.
going. I got a wedding out there next summer,
Wow.
so got to dedicate myself. You know what I'm saying, to just a year full of change.
You got to take a girl with you.
I'm not taking nobody with me, bro.
Come on.
You know what I'm
By then,
saying?
Jerome's not going to be single. He's going to be flying first class with a young lady and coach.
I'm cool on all of it. I'm just trying to I'm just trying to take care of myself, care about
All right.
myself. You see what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I'm really trying to think like how I'm gonna change my life starting in August, and I'm like, all right, no liquor, which I'm perfectly fine with. But like, I may have to start cutting out like rice, like
That's a tough one.
because it's like you go
Rice
to
might be my favorite thing in the
that's what
whole
I'm saying.
world.
I love going to kava. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I love
Rice
kava.
and bread. Oh my God.
Bread I can cut out, but it's the
Not me. I love
rice.
sandwiches too much.
I do too, but you gotta let it go. I gotta change my life.
Speaking of sandwiches, tomorrow night after
Oh,
Darling Dicky Yums.
we're trying to keep the deli open till 2.
I'm not fucking with the deli respectfully. I'm gonna go to Yums.
We're also gonna leave by like 11:30.
Nah, I'm gonna be there all night.
All right, it's gonna be insane tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be
All
there
right,
all night.
what's the podcast? Oh, are you still using? Weren't you using the Muscle Booster app? Didn't you start
Nah, I
using
don't
that?
even know what that is.
Oh, I thought you said you started using some app off Instagram. You said that a couple episodes ago. There was like some app off
Oh no,
Instagram.
I said I saw it on Instagram with the
Okay.
exercises. I didn't know what
Yeah.
it was. It was
Okay.
showing you what exercises to work on different parts of your body. I just seen it,
For
but I didn't
sure.
even know it was an app. I just thought it was a sponsored ad or something like that.
No doubt. It's all good. One time for What's the Podcast? DJ Jerome Baker the third. Shout out to our guy, always available. Hashtag Streetwear Eddie.
He'll be back next week, I hope.
Oh, we're back next week. No, you're not back next week, though.
Depends on when we tape. I'll be here.
We might have to
I'm
dial you in. We might have to dial
I'm
you in
I'm out on Wednesday.
of this
Oh
week.
no, I'm here next week. Wait.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back
All
on
right.
Monday.
All right, bet.
Yeah,
So, all right, bet. So, shout out to my man, always
yeah. I'm
available.
here.
Hashtag Streetwear Eddie. And Don't Charge Abdul.
Cheer.
Do remember what's a podcast.live for our previous episodes. youtube.com/What's the Podcast, where we have an incredible growing community of
Yeah.
commenters and people who watch. Check it out. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Subscribe, rate, and comment on Apple Podcasts for us too, please. Thank you.
Spotify too.
And Spotify, all of them. Peace.